Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today we'll be doing the Christmas in February hop, and I am continuing on with this month's theme of vintage or heritage, whichever, and scrapping these photos of my dad. I'm not exactly sure how old he was. I'm assuming he's probably like 3 or 4 in front of their Christmas tree. Now, I had gone in and edited both of these photos, which I received by text, so they're not the best of quality, but went in and kind of filtered them. The one I printed kind of with a sepia tone, and then the black one I just printed in, obviously black and white. Now, when I went into, I usually use like print to size, and that's how I got the larger photo. And it was cutting off the presents at the bottom of the tree, which I thought was kind of interesting for these heritage photos that I really didn't want to lose. Like you could kind of see like what he had received for Christmas, behind him under the tree. So I decided to go ahead and use both photos. One so that you can see his cute little smile that he had on his face, and the other one showing a little bit more of his body where you can see the presence behind him on the ground. Now, the papers that I'm using are from Vicki Boutin's Warm Wishes. These were papers that I had in my pizza box stash of page kits and things that I had put together in the past that I wanted to use up. But in addition to those, I also had in here these pages. Now, I had purchased the Warm Wishes collection digital format from American Crafts, and I have been playing with my new Canon wide format printer, and when I was going in there and using it, I had printed some of these Vicki Boutin papers and just threw them in the box when I was done. So I have in here some of the, I fussy cut some of the poinsettias and then some of the other embellishments that would have come in the die kits. I also got from Peachy Cheap a while back the Warm Wishes collection, the 6x8 paper pad, along with some additional embellishments. So I'm just using those to make this page. So one of the things I put next to the photo was this little cut apart wreath that said joy. And now I'm just going in. I made 2 tags using some of the paper from the paper pad, and I'm just going through now and taking some of those fussy cut flowers and kind of arranging them throughout the wreath. The other thing I had that was part of the die cuts were these pine cones with the pine boughs. So I was kind of thinking I could add those to the wreath itself. I end up going and putting them in with the clusters because they just looked out of place on their own. And then the smaller photo I did pop up on some foam adhesive. This is the Big Mama adhesive roll from Spiegel Mom Scrap that I purchased a while back. And then I'm just going to tuck this joy picture frame underneath. I just got to lift it back up again. So now that I have that down, again, I'm going to go back in and get some of these embellishments. Now, one of the things that I had from the printables was this Christmas tree, and I thought since he's standing in front of the family Christmas tree, that might be appropriate to use. And I just popped up a little bit of foam tape behind on the top of that Christmas tree and also on the corner of that little frame. Now I'm going back in with these pine cones. I am going to glue it down, but you're going to see in a little bit. I'm going to actually move it and bring them into the clusters. I added another one to the bottom below the joy wreath. And here's, see, it just kind of looks disconnected having it up above. So I'm going and inking everything with my black Archivers ink just to give it a little bit more of a finished edge. The tags just looked a little flat, and so the inking helped. And then I'll add the inking to some more of these die cuts. In addition, at the end, you'll see that I'll add some of that black inking around the outside of the paper as well, just to give it a little finish. I was a little bit too lazy to go in and look for one of my daubers, so I'm just using the ink pad itself to ink those edges. So you can see it when you're looking up close, it's just a little bit. So here you can see where I took that pine cone, and now I've tucked that one into the actual cluster with the bigger poinsettia and the tag. And now I'm just going in and adding another poinsettia piece across the top of the photo. And here I'm inking up the other one, and you can see where I'm putting it back, and it was a little bit off, so then I tried turning it around and I still didn't like it, so then I'll tuck it in more later. This poinsettia I'm going to go ahead and also pop up on the fun foam, or the foam adhesive, and just stick that down in the corner, so that kind of finishes that little bit off. Here's where I go ahead and I move it, and I move that pine cone down to the bottom with the other poinsettia. And then I grab another one of these little half pieces of poinsettia that I cut out, and I'm just going to add it to the bottom of this joy frame. Again, adding a little bit more ink. And so you can see where I'm spreading those poinsettias out around the wreath. You can still see the wreath from the bottom and the top, so you know that his photos are on a wreath and it's not totally blocking that off. So now I'm just kind of going through the rest of the little die cuts that I had fussy cut out from the printable sheet that I got with the collection. And just looking to see what I can use, and found a bunch of the tags that I could have actually used instead of making my own, but that's okay, they'll get used eventually. And thought about using that bird, but he just kind of looked misplaced. I knew I didn't want the deer. Thought about using the Big Merry Christmas as the title, but it was way too big and way too white. So I'm going to go ahead and use these stickers. These are from the Evergreen and Holly collection. And I'm just going to grab the word decked out because he's so cute with his little sailor suit on in front of the Christmas tree. And then I am adding these gold stars, and then I'll also add in a couple black ones just so that I can spread some of the black color around the layout, like the word decked out, so it's just not in one spot. And now that I have that all together, I am going to look at the sticker book and see if there's anything in there that I want. And now I do grab some of the puffy words, and I'm going to add two of them at the bottom and another one that I think says adorable over here onto the left cluster at the bottom. And then I'm going to grab the labels. I'm going to add one of the gold labels to the top above his photo, along with a tab. I'm getting those out right now. So here's where I grab the tab, and then I'm going to grab that gold label behind it and just bring a little bit more color in. Now I'm going to take the rest, there's like 3 more gold tabs on the sticker sheet, and I'm just going to stack them. And I'm going to try and get a hold of my mom and dad and find out approximately what year this photo was taken of my dad in front of the tree. So I'm leaving that for the little bit of journaling. I grabbed this sticker that was like tags admit one. I thought about running it along that right side of the photo, but it was covering up the word joy. So instead I ripped them apart, and I'm just going to stack 2 here at the bottom, and then I'll grab that third one and put it up at the top. And so that kind of adds to the layers. Now I'm going to go ahead and add twine to the tabs at the top. Don't want my naked tag holes, so I just grab some black or some white and gold twine, and I'm going to fit those in here and then just trim off the excess. And then the last thing I'm going to do, there is this little label here with a holly leaf. I'm going to put that to the corner, and here's where I'm inking everything up. So that is going to be it for my layout. Make sure you check out everyone who is playing along this month for Christmas in February, and I will be back again on my channel real soon with some more videos. Thanks, and have a great day.